business success. So this month we're talking about what tips and strategies you can employ to ensure that you run your business successfully when you are a couple or in some form of business partnership. Yesterday, we spoke about the structure that you need to have in place to have really any long-term prospect of growing your business sustainably and without too many disagreements inside the partnership unit. And today, I'm going to speak with you about communication. You would know, even if your other half is not inside the business with you, you would still know how important communication is to your relationship. And it's doubly important that we get communication right inside the business so that we do get to enjoy our time when we're not at work. So communication in business is something that I know a lot about myself, obviously. I had several businesses with in my former marriage, and now married again and working with my husband in this business as well. So there's much that I have to share with you around this. If you are watching this with me live, make sure you let me know in the comments. And if you catch the replay, let me know that too. Now, one of the things that I learned about communication quite early on is that being the wife in the business, in the auto repair shop, is that when your other half is on the tools, they can disappear out into the workshop for an entire day, and you may not actually see them or get to speak to them until the end of the day. Maybe even not till late at night if they stay on at the workshop after you leave. And if this happens for too long, resentment starts to build on either side of the partnership, of the couple, of the relationship. So what I learned was that particularly in my business now inside the Workshop Whisperer, is that in order to effectively communicate about the things that are work-related, you need to have very intentional business communication. So where I may not have been able to speak to my other half back in the workshop at all, in this business, I make sure, and it was actually my husband's suggestion, that we meet twice a day for 15 minutes. Once in the morning after our team meetings are done, and then once in the afternoon before it's school pickup time. 15 minutes each time. And this is something that I actually highly recommend that you implement inside your business, whether you're a platonic business partnership or whether you are a romantic partnership inside your business. And this is because it gives you 15 minutes first thing in the morning to give each other a quick rundown of what your directions are for the day, what you've got on and what they've got on. And then you get to come back towards the end of the day, and any issues that have arisen, you get to powwow on, and you also get to identify, where there's been a bottleneck, where there's a hiccup, maybe there's a customer complaint that needs to be handled, how that's going to happen, etc. If we go too many days or weeks or even months without having this vital interaction with each other, your business will start to run on an autopilot that isn't necessarily going to drive your business further. Okay, our businesses aren't like aeroplanes where if we set the coordinates and just let it do its thing, it will get to the destination. Our businesses require daily instruction and massaging to get them where we want them to go. And your communication together is vital here. So yes, yesterday we spoke about one person being the CEO and the other person being the operations manager. Think about that in a corporation. Do you think that the CEO and the operations manager can go weeks or months at a time without having a single meeting to talk about the business? Of course they don't. The leadership team in any business that wants to go anywhere is speaking daily. So you might be thinking, well, we literally do not get that time. One of us is still on the tools. I'm talking to the customers. I'm here to tell you, you can make the time. You can carve that time. It's 15 minutes in the morning and it's 15 minutes in the afternoon. You can have somebody cover the front desk for you. You can down tools for 15 minutes to have this discussion. Now, what if you're working in the business, but your other half isn't, and you carry the burden of the business on your shoulders, and you're struggling to have your other half understand what things are like for you. This one obviously is a tough place to be, but in the engine room, we teach something around, winning business partnerships, which is called buy-in or butt out. And this can happen where you actually are both working in the business, but you're pulling against each other. So one is trying to forge ahead, the other one is dragging their heels, trying to prevent change actively, or they're subconsciously sabotaging the other person's efforts to grow the business. And it's where you need to come together and have a conversation with each other so that you can either both get on the same page to move forward, or you come to the agreement that one of you actually needs to butt out and let the other do what is best for the business, driving it forward. So that may mean that, say, you're in the business because the best thing was for you to come and help. It saved an extra wage, but you're really not happy there and you'd like to get back to your career. You need to have a conversation about that, because carrying around the resentment of going to work every day in a place you don't want to go, that has an effect on everyone, not just you, not just your other half, the team, the customers will, have the result of the bad energy. Again, communication is really, really important here. So this is where you have the opportunity to, if you are in one of those situations, to make a plan. You mightn't be able to leave, tomorrow, but you make a plan to get some things systemized in your role, to hire someone, train them, and then make your exit. But you can only get to these places if you come together and have communication, have a plan that you both agree on in order to move forward. So we call that the buy-in or butt out strategy. So you don't get to sit at home and just throw pot shots at your other half who is working in the business. You come to an understanding that you'll be as supportive as possible in order for the business to grow. And you've got to remember that in the early years, they are the hard startup years. So yes, you may not get to see your other half as much as you would like, but both of you discuss, have an understanding that work time is work time, home time is home time. Agree on, some boundaries around what time you'd like to have your other half home at night, especially if you've got little kids, and work together to make that happen. There's nothing worse when you've got resentment from one partner while the other partner is, going to work and doing what they believe is the best thing, and they start to feel guilty because they're working and they feel like they should be at home as well. So you've got to have some great communication at home if that is your particular version of a partnership. So at the end of the day, your communication rhythms are one of the key factors of success here in running your business as a couple or a partnership. So as I said earlier in the video, I highly recommend that you implement a twice daily short meeting time so that you can connect in the morning. Hey, this is what I've got on for the day. This is what I've got on for the day, and discuss any issues that may arise. And then 15 minutes in the afternoon. Then when you are at home or outside of work, you don't feel like you have to talk about work all the time, okay? You get to enjoy your downtime more. And that's, one of the things that we're all about here at the Workshop Whisperer is not only making sure that you have a profit result that you want, but ensuring that you have the lifestyle that you want. Because why are we doing all of this if we don't get to enjoy life as well? So I hope and trust that you've gotten something out of today's video. Another tip around how to run your business successfully as a couple or partnership. If you're just catching the end here, it's all about communication with your other half. So make sure you catch the replay in full a little bit later on. Thanks to Kathleen and Diana and Hannah and Jason who dropped a little live comment on. Great to see you on here, guys. I'll catch you again soon.